So I'm about to show you a really spicy deck, and a lot of people didn't see it coming. It's definitely not meta, but it got the job done.
If it got you in the top 16, that's all that matters, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to show you. Here we go. I'm going to do going second cards first.
Okay, it's a mystery. Still wondering.
Right? I know. It's nice when it happens. It's a love-hate relationship. You know, when you draw driver,
Yeah.
it's just you want to cry. But if you get the gamma, then you're clear.
Right.
Dark ruler, no more. Self-explanatory. I break your board.
Yep. Oh, well, now we understand, bro. Now
Right.
we see.
Now we see. All right, Quayloon. What it does is let me activate a spell or trap directly from a deck that it lists gate. And basically it's how would I say this? I want this to go through, so I will try to bait it out as much as possible with the e-telly or foolish. And once this goes off, I get a target for my virtual worlds, as you can see.
Right.
And we'll go through my 2 targets for the spells, or for the spells and traps. 3.
Now, everybody remembers because we all got tortured by this deck. But what does each one do?
All right. So on the field, I can banish 1 virtual virtual card out of my graveyard. Target 1 monster, negate its effects. It's really nice. Like if they have any type of negate, I attempt to activate this. And 9 out of 10 times they will waste their negate just on this, and I have a handful of cards.
Right.
This one shuffles 2 banished virtual world cards back to the deck to pop 1 face-up card on the field. Then this bad boy, he is really good in locals, but it did the job at regionals. What it does is I can banish it out of the graveyard to special a virtual world monster to discard a card. The other effect is if there's 2 gates out, I can, during the battle phase, switch positions of the monster. So
And that comes up a little bit. Does that come up? Yeah.
locals, this won me a game. Never won me a game in the regional, but it did its job because I only played 1 of it, and I want it to be in the grave.
Right. Because you need it for the kickback. I got you. Kickback is what matters.
Yep. All right, that was my going second cards. Now we are at extension and consistency cards.
Yep.
Free. Foolish. Dump my spell or trap. And then a lot of people might not be able to afford this, but come on, the reprint just came out, $35 a piece. This is the card that literally got me the top, you know? I mean, I did outplay a lot of people, but what Virtual World lacks is consistency, and this says, hey, unbreak your hand.
So you need them. You need them.
Yes, sir.
Fact.
All right, now we're into the spice section. Soul Cypheroo, 2 Mally, and a very small Punk engine.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if I was going to see Punk. Do you still feel like it's worth? Is it worth it to you?
I've dropped it in the past. I picked it back up, dropped it, picked it back up. But the card that is in my extra deck that is new, it is so broken. And how did I say this? It's so worth just the 3 cards. You don't even have to play 3 of each. Just need 3 cards because E-Telly brings this bad boy out, and that gets your whole combo started.
And that's all you need is just get rolling, right?
Correct.
I see where the malicious can add to the bricks. But you, level 6s, I got you.
And now I introduce you Ocean 11.
like the Ocean's 11. I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
gonna try to edit in like Bernie Mac's
Yeah,
face.
exactly. That would be dope. Ocean's 11.
Or George Clooney's face, I guess.
Yep. Whatever I target, add one back to my hand opposite of it. End phase lets me add a monster out of graveyard, double foolish, and monster reborn. This one is the only one has no effect to send, but it has a broken effect while it's in the graveyard. If a level 3 is normal or special summon, it special summons, becomes a tuner, banishes when it leaves the field, and then last but not least, it lets me shuffle any banished card back.
Would you ever change this ratio, or you feel like it's correct now?
This is perfect, honestly. In hindsight, you're like, I want targets. I need monsters.
Right.
But these two are bricky if you play 3 of them. And also, with my new strat, Lulu is free now. And even if you don't see it in your opening hand, you always have Lulu available. And I might show you guys a little bit later what I'm talking about.
I got you.
Alrighty, that's the main deck, 40 cards.
Right.
I'll go into the extra deck. Alright. We will do the XYZs. I OTK'd people all the time. That is to dump the scythe. This is the special the scythe on their turn, on their standby.
I haven't seen that card in a minute. I remember somebody was watching one of our tech videos once upon a time. I'm joking. But this yanks it back on their turn.
Special summons it on their standby, and then when that special summon resolves, this can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. I didn't use this very often. I used it once, like I summoned it and the guy scooped. That was it. I didn't get to actually detach. He just scooped right off the get-go. So, I mean, I'm glad I have it.
But he saw it coming.
Yep. Now the synchros. Big boy.
For my birds, I see how you
Psychic and Punisher, which is the punk engine. You just need the 3 cards, and there it is. Before you get to the Psychic and Dragon, you get to Jam Dragon Drive, and what it says is pay 600, add a level 3 Psychic monster.
So for you,
for me, is my bae Lulu.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's actually nuts. Then you're gonna get something out of the deal if you make this.
Correct. So
you don't miss Chaos Ruler. I got you.
No.
I got you.
One E-Telly is Psychic and Punisher Lulu.
By itself.
One E-Telly is Psychic and Punisher Lulu. And 9 out of 10 times, the 4 other cards is the target for Lulu. And that's full combo without even normal summoning.
That's ignorant, bro. That's actually ignorant.
I'm not gonna lie, I miss Auroradon because that got me a Lulu as well.
Right.
But you know, I work with what I got right now.
Right.
Alright, 6s that let me add cards to my hand. Obviously, I banish one or 2 of these when I prosperity because why summon them if I can't plus off of them. Last 6 for
Muddy Mud.
used to be for Dragoon, but because Tier Element is a thing now, we play the Invo Caliga. I'm like, please pop off. If you have a how would I say this? Super poly. If you have a super poly, then you can punish me all day. But if you don't have a super poly,
you die.
Exactly.
Like game over.
2 level 9s, because sometimes you need to go into that instead of 6s. Pops a card, macros from field, pretty broken. And then last 2 is the Tzolk'in, and then you set a card and you get to special level 8 dragon or lower out of your extra deck, and Crystal Wing is my main target.
So you wouldn't play Dragoon in this format anymore, probably?
I'll say this. After Rodentone got banned, the Sprite players diminished. There's like one or two out there, but it's not as near as much.
Sprite's your hardest matchup, isn't it?
Sprite fears Dragoon. Tierra Mint fears the Caliga.
Yeah, or floodgate-ish monsters. I got you. Right.
And so I was just thinking that Tyramids was going to be a harder matchup, so I went with my gut, and it worked out.
Right.
All right.
Side deck.
Side deck's actually pretty spicy.
Okay, we'll determine that, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, so I play this because when I was in Iowa...
Birds are chirping, bro. I see you. So go ahead.
When I was in Iowa, my only... well, not my only loss. My loss before like the last round or second to last round was to my buddy Ricky, and he super poly'd me, and I was like, okay, if you have it, you have it. And but if I have this bad boy here, they can't. Exactly.
Right.
What's win in Fusion? Nothing. Nothing that you're playing.
Right.
So that's one. To draw for Drytron matchups.
More hate for me. I got you.
I mean, you come with the spice, so you know. 2 nibs for combo decks.
More hate for me. No, it's good to have hand traps like that right now. It's board breakers or hand traps. You got to pick one.
This won me a game against Striker. Obviously, self-explanatory. Here is the real nice gravity claps. What it says is I can send a synchro from the field to graveyard, and if I do, negate a summon, any summon, special or normal, but it has to be inherent. Like, so if they're activating monster effects to special, I have to be patient. But as soon as they go into an XYZ like MathMex does, I flip that. It won me my 7th round.
And then you just go off, and they're stuck.
He had to read it 3 times.
And then, wait, what?
And then the judge afterwards is like, hey, can I see that card? And he's like, man, that's a dirty card to play. And I'm like, I mean, us synchro players, us tier 2.5 players, gotta win somehow.
Would you ever consider 3 then? Because that seems like, if it's that insane,
3
you know.
It's nice. It's just, I didn't have any room for the extra deck.
Right.
I said extra deck side.
Yeah, it's all good. Long day, bro. Long week.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I played 3 of this. My Iowa build had 2 of these and 3 of the gravity claps. But if you play this against tier at any point in time, you win the duel.
And it's good. Like your turn there doesn't matter.
Any turn.
Yeah.
I had a guy, I think my 6th round, we're going to game 3. We had 2 minutes left. Not 2 minutes left. We'll say 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left to, he let me go first. And I drew this, I full comboed. I left a minute left on the board. He activated a danger. I flipped Silent Graveyard, and I'm not gonna lie, he kind of stalled me for a minute. But I ended up getting a tie from that game. I just didn't know how to be mean to people. I'm not that type of guy. It's hard for me.
It's hard to be a good person in Yu-Gi-Oh! I know, bro. I know.
But yeah, it stopped so many people in their tracks. So nice.
I swear by that card in some decks, you know.
Back row hate, and more back row hate. And that's the last 15.
Hey, bro. Well, I've seen you play Virtual World non-stop, like for ages. Other than, you know, you play Salamander sometimes, but that's besides the point. Virtual World got you there, bro. Appreciate the profile.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Shout outs to the wise guys. Shout out to King, the king of Wakanda. Him and Cookie, they're very intelligent. Long story short, they just taught me to, you know, really read the cards, understand effects, and, you know, play hard and smart.
So what you're saying is Wakanda forever, bro?
Yes, sir.
Wakanda forever.
Good.